I've been in the budget lab trying out the new Megalith support with Drytron. So in this combo right here, I'm gonna use the infamous legendary 2-card Drytron combo with the Alpha and the Zeta. How exactly can the new Megalith card or the new Megalith support synergize with Drytron? So I'm gonna use the effect of the Alpha to send the Zeta to the graveyard so we can add our Ben 10 to our hand. So this is a typical Drytron line post the new Drytron support, because after Drytron received support, the new 2 came to mind, took the game, and the new 2 changed things. However, we cannot utilize the new 2 because new 2 locks you into machine rituals. So we are gonna go the typical old Drytron lines. However, we are gonna factor in the Megalith new support. So we're gonna go into our Fafnir, send into the graveyard a copy of the Gamba. Now we are gonna normal summon our Divine of Herald to send to the graveyard a copy of Herald the Arclight, which is give us a search to one of our ritual monsters. But this is one of the ways we gain access to the Megalith line. The second way is also via the Alpha. But I noticed as playtesting this, because I've been doing some hand testing in the training lab, and I noticed that the deck doesn't synergize as much as, let's say, Megalith Mitsurugi. However, what Megalith capitalizes on the Drytron cards is this special ritual summon mechanic Drytron provides. Like here, you can basically ritual summon your Megalith cards either from the grave or your hand, utilizing the Drytron cards attached to the Fafnir, right? Which is very, very interesting. So that aspect of it kind of like really lends a hand to the Megalith to speed up in terms of the ritual summoning of the monster. So this is what I find very intriguing, and it works quite nice. As opposed to the Mitsurugi version, in the Drytron version, you play a very small Megalith line. So as you can see there, in terms of the spells, you're not really capitalizing on Unform. I know Unform is one of the best Megalith cards. However, it's not as effective in this deck as the typical decks or a pure build. However, the Anastasis is super spicy because the Drytron cards can utilize the effects from the grave. So Drytrons are a free pitch. Whether you are pitching a card to search the 2 or you are drawing to discard 1, you always throw Drytron cards because they can now special summon from the graveyard, which is very intriguing, right? At this point in the combo, we are going to add to our hand a copy of Unform. We are then going to activate our Unform, distributing our Hagif to special summon or ritual summon a Megalith Fool directly from the deck, and a Megalith Fool effect upon being summoned is going to allow us to add our Ben 10 from the graveyard to our hand. From here, we are going to activate the effect of our Fool to ritual summon one of our Megalith monsters from the deck. We are going to ritual summon yet another Hagif. You guys already know these card effects are not once per turn. You're going to get a double chain here. Chain link 1, chain link 2, add another Ben 10. And then with this Fool, so the second Hagif effect, we're going to add a copy of the Anastasis, right? Now from here, I am gonna go into I must say this is one of the best ritual support rituals I have gotten in quite some time outside of Raven. This Link monster basically is one of the monsters that allow you to bridge some of your ritual plays, because I want to make sure I end this combo on a Dad. Dad was one of the best support that the Drytrons receive. So this is what's gonna allow us to bridge into the Dad. So I'm gonna make some space. Since Full I've already used the effect, I'm gonna move Full on the field. So all we need is 2 monsters, different type of attribute. This is there, Light Fairy, Earth Rock. This right here. Now we want to hold activate this effect now, because if we were to activate this effect now, it allows us to search for a non-light type ritual monster. So basically what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna activate the effect of our Gamma in the graveyard to send the Ben 10, tribute to Ben 10 actually, to special summon itself and another Drytron monster, and then we're gonna activate Ben 10 effect by adding another Cyber Angel monster to our hand. Okay, just bear in mind, all this is a practice. I've been practicing this in the budget lab. This is not the most optimal line. However, I still think it's best to showcase to you guys what the possibility of Drytron and Megalith can do. Going forward, mostly I'm most likely I'm going to be finding some better lines than this. However, if the line is available, it's good to learn, or it's good to have an idea of how exactly they can work, right? From here, I am going to activate Anastasis right here. Discard this card so we can add 2 Megalith monsters to hand. We're going to add a copy of Fulok, and we're going to add a copy of our Arrowtron. Now we're going to activate the effect of our Ash U1000 to reveal one of our Earth Rock types, so we can search for one of our dads. All right, we are going to go for this guy right here. Now we are going to let the Megalith Megalith show us what it can do. So we're gonna go into effect of Haggith. Haggith is gonna activate the ritual monster effect to ritual summon the dad from our hand, tributing itself and our Arrowtron, and we're gonna place it right here because this has 3 effects, right? One of the effects allows you to reveal and search. The second effect, actually, it allows, if any monster it points to attack, it can cause piercing damage. So we just want to make sure we place our dad right here, right here. It does have a food effect where if you ritual summon, you can return 1 face-up card your opponent controls to the hand, which is, this card is quite nice. This card has 3 effects. This card is really spicy, right? From here, we're gonna activate the effect of our Meteorist Drytron, our ritual spell, from the graveyard to our hand. Boom. And then we're gonna ritual summon our Fulok from our hand. Yet again, utilizing one of the attached monsters to the Exceed. Boom. Now we're gonna get a draw, a double draw this card, and the effect of our Fulox. When it's ritual summon, you can add one of our Megalith cards from the graveyard to your hand. So basically, we can add our unformed to our hand while drawing 2 cards, and you can just discard a card that's, you know, so sick of the combo. We're just gonna discard any of these cards because we're not really utilizing them. And now we are gonna go activate the effect of our Fulox, which can allow us to ritual summon one of our ritual monsters from the graveyard. Ritual summon again our Haggith. Haggith is gonna give us that third search yet again for a copy of our Megalith Emergence. You guys already know I always love ending on this card because it's a continuous every turn monster reborn or Call of the Hunted. Like it's a free Call of the Hunted, which is quite nice. Gives you that recursion you need, and basically, trust me, it just allows you to keep on playing and adding layer and layer onto combos and plays. That is quite crazy. Now from here we are gonna go, because yes, we have 2 level 1s on the field. Why not 2 level 1s? So we're gonna go into a Bombetta by Fafnir. So basically during the opponent's turn, now this gives us magic and trap negation. But this is not all. We have to make this combo even spicier because we have 2 monsters on the field. They're just there. So why not jump into an IP Masquerader, which makes this combo now super explosive. Because if I have to break down this basically here is it interruption. I'm presently still working on the deck profile. However, you can let me know what you think in the comment section. Give the video a like and a share for me, please. I'll really appreciate it.